Hey everyone.
Hello. I found the banana on the trail. We're actually out here to pick up some garbage for our cleanup party, which we're just doing by ourselves this time.
We're heading to the top of Volcán Concepción, which is the more iconic peak here on Ometepe Island in Nicaragua. So today we're going to be kind of tripling our efforts. We're going to be hiking a volcano, recording some flow arts tutorials for the Sacred Flow Art channel at the top, as well as doing cleanup party number 10.
Number 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Cleanup party 10.
So we're bringing up some small and big trash bags. We'll see how much garbage is along the trail. We've already seen quite a bit on the road getting up here.
Yeah, we're not going to pick that up yet, though, because we still have a whole volcano to hike.
And we need some more people, so we weren't able to recruit as many people on this one. And this one's just presenting a little bit different challenges. We're going to be hiking, working out already, and cleaning up litter.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to get too far overwhelmed with ourselves. We'll see how much is up there. Hey everyone!
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the recap of the All Local Cleanup Party number 10.
The All Local Cleanup Parties are a free event that we host every month wherever we are in the world as we drive around the world on the Unite the World Firsthand global movement.
I'm Jesse Hart of FullCirclePhenomenal.com.
And I'm Catherine Rutan Hart of InfiniteComings.com.
This was our most shocking of all the different All Local Cleanup Parties, as we did it on our own and we meant to clean up an entire trail hiking up a volcano here on Ometepe Island in Nicaragua.
And we are celebrating today being alive and bringing forth insights from what a crazy experience we had just the other day. On the way up the volcano, we realized that there wasn't very much garbage along the trail. The garbage that we did see looked to be as if it was being used for some of the farming with the banana trees and other kinds of things like the pineapples that we saw and so many different stuff.
Used as garden mulch in order to keep the moisture in the soil.
Yeah, so we didn't end up picking up a lot of garbage on the way up. And then on the way down, that's where things got a little bit tricky.
Mm-hmm. Because of the lack of mile markers or trail markers, as well as the overgrowth on the trail, it was easy to get lost, and we ended up having to camp overnight on the mountain without any camping gear.
Yeah, we were not prepared for staying the night up there. In fact, we thought that we would get up there around noon and then have plenty of time to get down before dark. So we brought all of our garbage bags with us, and we were going to clean up the trail on the way back down, ending the cleanup party with a bunch of garbage bags at the end of the road where the garbage trucks could come by and pick it up when they come by. But that's definitely not how it went. And we learned a lot of lessons along this way, because by the time we were ready for our descent, it was already about 4:30 going on 5 o'clock. The sun was starting to set. We're covered in clouds. We could hardly see anything. And the trails were kind of non-existent.
Disappearing. The overgrowth was just unbelievable. I mean, we're in the tropics, we're in the jungle, which Kath and I aren't used to, and it grows really fast.
Yeah.
That also, and we're nearing the end of this pandemic, and so there's a lot of people not out and about, so who knows when the last time it was actually hiked or maintained.
Yeah, I mean, there were some trail markers, but it wasn't consistent at all, and we really got lost. So the best thing for us to do, Jesse recommended, you know what, we need to pitch camp. We can't keep doing this after dark. It was a really high up volcano. You'll see from the videos how high up we were. And it really was the safest thing for us to do, to create a bed out of these big Jurassic looking plants that are really scratchy.
Huge scratchy leaves, yeah. Just to stay warm and dry.
Yeah, it was quite an uncomfortable night for us. And when we woke up the next morning, I was personally thinking like, whew, the hard part is over. All we've got to do is find the trail now, and we're going to make it back down. I've got a lesson to teach at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'll make it to that. And we were set, you know, but we really weren't. We still couldn't find the trail on the way back down.
Dead end after dead end, retracing our steps. And interestingly enough, even though it was meant to be a garbage pickup, it ended up being a garbage leaving, because sometimes the only time we could tell that we were actually on the trail is by finding little bits of garbage that people had left behind long ago, way before us. So the garbage ended up being a blessing.
And that leads us to one of our most important insights for this cleanup party is who are we to say that anything is out of place as it is right now?
It's easy for us to judge our own or others' disorganization, be ashamed of ourselves and our polluting of the earth. But what good is that actually doing us?
Yeah, we hear these phrases like, be the change you wish to see in the world and clean up the world. But just in saying that, you're acknowledging that there's a problem with the world or that the world is dirty. And we also don't want to be projecting that onto our planet as well.
If we're constantly recycling ourselves and changing in the eternal moment of now, then the first thing that we need to clean up as individuals is our own mind, our own perspective. Because as we're reflecting reality in the now, so it continues to invest that energy in the now. If we're thinking about the past and all the things that went wrong, then likely things in the future will go wrong too, because that's what we're focused upon.
Exactly. Yeah, and that leads us to the most important thing to clean. That we're recycling back into this all-local cleanup party, number 10. The most important thing to clean is yourself. Internally first, and then externally.
Your mind and your body. Doing internal practices. So few people still on this world are practicing internally and thinking that the world is actually external themselves instead of recognizing that your reality is reflective.
Exactly, and that's one of the primary reasons why the all-local cleanup parties are not just a community cleanup. We start with a yoga and qigong session for people to understand how, or at least one way, to clean and clear internally first and then externally.
Yeah, so cleaning up is what in the closest proximity that you can from yourself to your room, to your living space, to around your living space, maybe your community or your neighborhood, get your friends involved, maybe even your workspace and things like that, because our goal for the world is to actually make a huge lasting impact and clean up entire cities in a short amount of time, which would definitely be possible, but we need each individual to value the cleanliness and organization and to see for themselves what it does for themselves, as well as their perspective, their reality, and their investment and their growing reality as well.
We learned this lesson firsthand on our trip up the volcano. Because we practice a lot of yoga and qigong, and that's one thing, right? But being prepared for such a trek. We didn't really look into reviews or talk to very many people about what it would actually be like to hike Volcan Concepción. We just heard from a few people that you're going to need a guide, and we haven't needed a guide ever. We're our own guides. We know that. And we also recommend that and encourage that in practices like yoga, that we are not the teachers, you're the teacher. You guide yourself. So we guided ourselves at Volcan Concepción and then realized that we really needed to prepare more for that. Like bringing our own tape markers to mark our own trail, bringing up garbage essentially.
Ironically, our next trails that we'll hike from here on out, we will bring our own garbage and leave garbage there, marking the trail where it's harder to see so that it's easier for us to retrace our steps.
Exactly. And also checking into some very important things for in case of emergency situations, like bringing a flashlight, bringing more than enough water, not just as much water as you think you're going to need, but more than enough. I know it's heavy, it's worth it though.
And even if you're in some place tropical and warm, up at high elevations, it's much cooler. So we would bring warmer clothes next time as well.
I brought a belly shirt to cover myself. It was not enough.
Yeah. We made it. We're super grateful for the whole of the experience. Wouldn't take it back, but will we do it again? Probably not.
Well, we'll hike a volcano again, that's for sure, but we'll definitely be more prepared.
Right. So stay in tune for All Local Cleanup Party number 11. We'll see where we are next. We're headed to Costa Rica, heading south through Central America, almost finished and into South America. Thank you all for watching. Please support the All Local Cleanup Parties by tagging yourself, doing one and tagging yourself, letting us know that you did it. Send us a message. You can also support us by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Unite the World Firsthand, or be a one-time donor at fullcirclephenomenal.com/support. Also, if you have Venmo, donate at fullcirclephenomenal.
Thanks a bunch, guys. We'll see you around the world.
Take care. Hey, what's up, everybody? Catherine and I have been through it on this Volcan Concepción hike. We got lost last night when there wasn't enough time
To begin.
to find our way around. Yeah,
We made it to the top at like 4. You were like, We've got 30 minutes to
And
record our tutorial.
we got up there at 3:30, and I was like, we need at least 2 hours to get down.
Something like that. On our way down, we lost track of the path, and it started to get dark really quick. There was no path. There were many paths at the same time.
There was a mud trail with a few signs of someone cutting it, but at a certain point, they went away. I decided last minute that we were going to just set up camp and sleep.
Because it was getting dark and we were freaking out.
Well, it was just like indecision, like you don't know what to do.
We can't go this way. Fuck. We can't go this way. Fuck.
And then on our way down today, we woke up. We actually slept pretty good considering we made a tent out of giant leaves.
Yeah. Really, really pokey leaves, scratchy leaves, like.
And not even flat terrain either.
My arms are sore from last night's sleep.
Yeah.
From like just laying down.
But we must have slept somewhere between 5 and 7 hours, which is impressive, considering we had what we're wearing right now. And that's it.
I know. We were not prepared. We were so not prepared.
Last time of this sort of unpreparedness on a hike, that's for sure.
Yeah, we will definitely be prepared. Next time, we will know to bring markers.
Like tape, plastic tape.
So you can mark our trail. Flashlights for that just in case situation, like this time.
Warmer clothes. And a machete, because on our way down, we lost sight of the trail too, where it just kind of disappeared. And the overgrowth had just grown right over it. So we're making our way through the jungle right now. And we've been doing this for the last mile and a half, couple hours
like
worth.
3 hours.
And we're about half a mile. So say Google Maps, which has been working on and off, half a mile to the clearing where the reserve no longer is, where the jungle should end. And then we'll only have about a half mile to get to the road from there.
We've seen so many different kinds of terrain. Up at the top, you couldn't see the blue skies. It was all windy and foggy, and you could hardly see. That was where we slept, which was like right on the crest of the mountain, right by the summit. And then once we started getting lower in elevation, there were still some of those pokey plants, and also just more slippery mud and bushes and. You know, like you're grabbing onto things with every step, because every step you're slipping. Yeah. My hands were turning into prunes. Our hands are filthy. We are filthy. Our shoes, we can hardly even tell which ones are which because they're so covered in mud.
And we're out of water and supplies now, so just in time. We won't starve to death or die of dehydration. This is the last of our food. And we'll give you a full recap when we finish this. We're going to get up and go now. Search Unite the World Firsthand on Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.